So, YouTube, it's been a while. Sorry I haven't made a video in a long time. I've been busy, very busy. Started a new job at another factory. It's another tile factory. I can't say that I'm very thrilled about it. I'm only 2 weeks in. There's been a whole host of red flags in just 2 weeks. That's reminded me of the piss poor management at the other facility I used to work at. And the funny thing is my old job is directly across the road from my current one. So I went from being a suction head, LGV, kiln, kind of all around maintenance technician, to working in a department that's a cutting line. They're cutting and scoring lawns. And it's been about a shit show. The management is horrible. So I figured I would make a video kind of like a precursor to my tips for industrial maintenance technicians, but this one being a video that addressing the white collar individuals amongst us, maintenance guys who have to deal with these fuckers all the time. So this video is going to be tips for factory management for good production of machinery. I have 11 key points, and I'm sure I will find more as I go. I have a ring light going on behind me, so it's bright, right in your face, bright. And hopefully my webcam decides to not screw up again, because this is like the third time I've tried to do this, and the webcam keeps just screwing up, thanks to my old junky computer. Is what it is. So the first point I would like to bring out is stop hiring operators as mechanics. This is my biggest freaking pet peeve right here, is when they go on and hire people off the lines that think they're mechanics because they can operate a machine. So they put them in maintenance, and then you have someone like me who has to come along and correct all the shit that they fucked up. And I'm going to cuss in this video. I apologize right out the gate. This one I'm going to be a disgruntled maintenance technician about, because I'm tired of this shit. I'm fed up with it. In my department currently, they're super short staffed because they decided to lay everybody off over the whole, shit. Last year and year before, 2019, 2020, 2021, they decided to lay over 200 employees off. Well, now they can't find anybody to work for them because I live in a small town and everybody talks. So everybody's like, fuck this company. They literally laid everybody off, and now they're crying because they can't find any workers. Yep. That's a thing. So no one wants to work for them because they're afraid they're just going to get laid off. I don't blame them. I feel like an idiot for even taking this job, but I needed a job, so I took it. Kind of regret it now, and I'll explain why. It's bad. I thought my old job had bad management. Nah. Its management is A+ quality compared to the current management at the facility I work at. And it's a locally owned company. Well, actually, it's owned by a big corporation now, and they fucking ruined it. Used to be a good company. Now it's a fucking joke. So stop hiring operators as mechanics. Some operators may make good mechanics, but they probably have a mechanically inclined mindset, so they understand mechanics already. They probably wrench on the weekends. They probably build cars. They do some form of mechanics outside of factories, thus making them decent at working on factory equipment. I'm not saying they're great. Decent. Let me move you down here a little bit. Oh, I guess the webcam moving around. They're decent at being industrial maintenance technicians. Not good. Decent. I worked with a bunch of guys at the old job that I had, and they were subpar as maintenance technicians. But over time, with me working with them and everything, they become pretty good maintenance technicians because they started asking questions and wanting to learn how to do this shit. Not the ones I work with now. Excuse me. The ones I work with now, they are I've worked here for 13 years. I know all these machines inside and out. I know how I've always fixed them, and I don't care what you say. I'm going to do it my way, which is cool. You do you, boo-boo. It's not my fault when the machine's down all the fucking time because you keep fucking doing shit wrong. That's on you. So, management, stop hiring operators as mechanics without at least making them take some form of a practical mechanics examination, proving that they're at least capable of doing the job. The guys I work with now literally are just like, yeah, we just wing it. We just wing it. We don't wing it in industrial maintenance. When we get the fucking machinery running so it runs right and our job's easy, we can PM shit, we can keep the factory moving. That's our job. Keep the equipment going, keep the factory moving. We don't need guys winging it. If you're winging it, you don't belong in this field. Go back on the line, run the machines, and let us handle the fucking repairs. There's motors on our lines that they're coming out of a drive meant to be running Y on the motor. These guys have got them wired Delta just because they've seen it once before. They don't know the difference between Y and Delta. They don't know at all what's the difference between when you wire a motor Y, why you do it, or star, or why you would wire it Delta. They don't know. They have no clue. They do it. So it blows inverters out, and then, well, you're changing inverters out. The department I worked in has changed more inverters out in the past 4 months than the engineers have changed in the whole facility in the past 4 years. Let that sink in. Yesterday, they blew a power supply in a panel. Last week, it blew a power supply in a panel. I don't know what the hell happened yesterday, but it took a whole distribution out. The DC bus, the power supply that controls the DC bus to turn on the main contactor, which supplies the mains to the entire panel, blew out. So there was no power. I figured it out really quick. Power supply's bad. We changed it, got power back on, and we had 2 blown inverters. So I had that 2 more inverters to the already 15 they've changed in the past 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks at least. I had a good conversation with the engineer yesterday, and he filled me in on how big of a clusterfuck this department is. Yeah, they didn't tell me none of this. See, the guy that hired me, he's another maintenance guy. He's a good guy. He's awesome. Love him to death. Already he's going to be a great coworker. And we have a machinist we work with. He's also a great coworker. And I'm not saying the other mechanics aren't good people. They're great. I love working with them. They just need training. That's what they need. They need training on how to be mechanics. Electrical, forget it. They should not even be wiring anything. They should not touch anything electrical. I don't even know if you can trust them to splice a wire properly. And I don't agree with splicing wires. Run new cable, fix it properly. Don't band-aid shit. I hate band-aid technicians. I can't stand it, and these guys are band-aid technicians. Except my supervisor and the machinist. And the machinist is kind of a band-aid technician also. He's another one that's worked there for like a blue million freaking years. He just happened to go to school for machine tool. So he kind of gets it. He's still not a mechanic. He's a machinist. He can machine shit. He knows how to take shit apart and put it back together. But he's never had a job as a machinist. He's just worked in this factory on this line. So whatever. It is what it is. There's only one other guy that's worked in maintenance and dealt with maintenance shit, and he's just as disgruntled as me, and that's my supervisor. As funny as that is. Me and him are both burned out, and I've only been there for fucking 2 weeks now. And I'm already fucking feeling the stress of the old job I used to have. So, if you're going to hire your operators, at least put them through some form of mechanical aptitude test to where they have to prove that they have the ability to be a decent mechanic. Don't just hire somebody because they fucking worked there for 20 years and they've done changeovers on the lines. That's not somebody that should necessarily be troubleshooting your PLCs, your drives, wiring motors up. I've seen them do some dumb shit already, and I'm stressed the hell out about it. That's my biggest tip. Stop hiring operators as mechanics. Now we're going to move on to the second part of this. A lot for downtime at minimal every 6 months. The machines that we have currently are really old. They're outdated. Some of them they don't even make parts for anymore. So I'm telling you, these machines break when they're ran 24/7, 7 days a freaking week, non-stop, balls to the wall. You're giving them hell. You're going to have problems. So the best thing to do is allot every 6 months for some form of downtime, maintenance for these machines. Even if it's just for freaking PMs. And you should be having a regular PM schedule. This is not downtime shit. Downtime is where machines get rebuilt, serious repairs happen. PMs should be happening religiously. Every fucking month there should be PMs done on these machines. Every month. You need a scheduled downtime for these PMs to be done. If you're not doing that, you're setting yourself up for failure as a fucking manager. You're setting your teams up for failure. You're setting your mechanics up for failure. You're setting the entire thing up for failure because you will not allot yourself for the downtime needed to fix these damn machines. So you need to have a PM schedule in place. There needs to be a constant upkeep of these machines. Every 6 months, there should be like full-blown go through the machine. If there's any fucking problems, fix it. Not every year. These machines that run 24/7, 7 days a week, 360 days a fucking year should be maintenance every 6 months at minimal. There should be monthly PMs done on them. That means like they should be going through and greasing things. They should be changing belts. They should be changing guides. These are things that they should be doing. If they're not doing it, and you're not scheduling it to be done, you're setting your people up for failure. You're costing your operators downtime, which looks bad on them. You're costing your maintenance guys extra work, which looks bad on them because they're not getting their PMs done now because you didn't schedule time for the machines to be fixed. So now they're breaking all over the place, and you are the one that could have prevented all this shit if you just had a good preventative maintenance schedule in plan, or preventative and predictive maintenance. There's certain machines that I've worked on at the other factory that I work on at this current one that are in horrible shape because no one is taking care of them. I'm seeing sloppy chains. I'm seeing finicky movements that's not supposed to be doing it. I know how these machines are supposed to run. I've worked alongside the techs that designed and programmed these machines. I know how what they're supposed to do. And when you have a suction head that's dancing around everywhere trying to figure out where home is so it gets the freaking tile down, you have a problem. And nobody listens to me. So, a lot for downtime. Every 6 months. Monthly PMs. Listen to your techs when they say, hey, this is going to break. We need to fix it. Schedule some downtime to let them fix it. It'll save your ass in the long run. You'll have better quality. You'll have better everything. Just do it. Do not argue. Do as told on this one. That comes to the next thing. Listen to your maintenance crews. When they come up and say, hey, this machine has been doing this for weeks on end. This problem keeps happening. We need time down on this machine to go through it and figure out why it's doing this. Listen to them. Work with them. Schedule around something. If you can run the order on a different set of machines, run it on a different set of machines, and let them have that for like a couple hours to let them see if they can figure out the problem. If they can figure the problem out, then you can start it back up and you can go straight back at it, and you don't have to worry about this because breaks do happen. Things do break. There's no way to actually prevent something from breaking. Preventative maintenance helps tremendously, but it's not a cure-all. Sometimes shit just happens. So you need to allot for that, and you need to listen to your maintenance guys. Which goes on to the machinery breaks, and you need to figure in downtime on all of your orders. As I said, shit happens. Machineries break. It could be belts snap. It could be pulleys lock up. It could be a gearbox or a motor burn up, right? A gearbox lock up, a motor burn up, a contactor short out, a drive die. The PLC could go stupid and just freaking lose its CPU and everything just go haywire. A sensor can get ripped. Like, I work in a like tile facility, right? So sensor cables should be in conduit, but they're not. They just, they just dangle on the line, and tile goes by, and sometimes it's sharp and it cuts the damn sensor in half. Well, now your machine doesn't know that it's supposed to stop at this point, and it just causes a big pileup. It happens. So you need to schedule that in. With every order, there should be, we could have several hours of downtime. Don't make promises you can't keep, and then throw it back on your operators later on, because this is something we dealt with today. Schedule downtime. Please. Please do it. Just keep it in your mind. Like, shit happens. Sometimes these machines break. So when I accept this order and I tell them this, you need to allot X amount of days in for downtime, and then it'll look better on you when your order comes in earlier anyways. See? If nothing happens, you get your order out quicker. It's a happier customer because they got their order quicker than they thought they were. Be smart. Keep your parts on the shelf and in bulk. I come across this multiple times. I had a motor today. The fan, they use a 24 volt fan to cool the motor. Don't ask why. Stupid. They should just leave the fucking fan that's on the motor and just cool it that way. Doesn't need all this crap. Just extra shit to screw up, right? So we go have a drive-in. Freaking getting damn overcurrent. It's over voltage, whatever the fucking fault was. I wasn't exactly there. I was off doing something else. It's because the motor was so fucking hot you could cook an egg on it. Because the fan burned up. Right? The cooling fan. The motor wasn't being cooled. There was no way to draw air through the fins and cool it off. So it got too hot. Motor was tripping. It was faulting the thermal out. Was faulting the drive out. And if I had to guess, it was a damn over voltage fault. So we go to change this out, and there's no fans on the shelf, so we can't fix it. If you don't have the parts, how are your maintenance guys supposed to fix these machines? It's a serious question, and I want all you white-collar guys that make schedules and take orders and shit to answer that for me. If you don't have the parts, how are you supposed to have your maintenance guys fix shit and keep it running? Now you're down because it keeps freaking tripping an inverter, and you have Lord knows how many weeks out to get an order of fans in. If you just had them on the shelf, you wouldn't have but more than like 30 minutes of downtime for people just to change the motor out, or the fan out on the motor. So keep parts on the shelf and in bulk. I don't mean buy one now and use it and then buy one after you use it. Buy like 10 or 20 of them motherfuckers and put them on the damn shelf, because you're gonna need them. Specifically if it's something like sensors and fans and motors and gearboxes. These are things that fuck up, especially if you buy cheap shit. which is another point I'm going to get at in a minute, is quit buying cheap shit. If you buy cheap shit, it's going to lock up. It's going to fuck up. It's meant to be disposable. It's not meant to last. So buy a bunch of them. If you're gonna buy cheap, buy a shit ton of them, because you're gonna need them. Stop buying cheap parts like motors and gearboxes just because you can go on Alibaba and buy a motor and gearboxes for like, I don't know, $20 a fucking motor, $10 a gearbox. You can buy them in bulk. Doesn't mean you should do that. Sometimes spending the extra money buying a better motor, better gearbox, maybe a gearbox that can be rebuilt, maybe one you can service, you know, buy the cheap rebuild kits for them, buy some gear oil, have your fucking maintenance guy schedule a PM. Like every year they change the oil in the fucking gearbox. Maybe they come through and they do vibration analysis on it to see if the gears are, you know, something's messed up in it. These are things that you can do to save you downtime. Buying cheap shit, which burns up all the time, is costing you more downtime. I get it, you don't want to spend money. Sometimes spending money saves money. Just, you're buying cheap motors from China. You're buying cheap gearboxes from China. They're fucking junk. They burn up constantly. Stop doing it. Just quit doing it. Knock it off. Buy better quality shit. Now, on to the thing that happened last week. The press department had a fuck up. Major fuck up. They had green cracks in the tile. So when it goes in the kiln, it splits. Chips, breaks, whatever. They send that shit to us. Broken. So our department gets hit with crazy downtime, crazy bad quality, all because a different department had an issue, knew there was an issue, but ignored it and chose not to report it to the quality control people, so therefore it went into the kiln that way. We went through the damn glazing shit that way, through the print, all this crap. Those people don't give a fuck either. So it's not their problem, right? It's before them. Why should they care? So it comes to us and then we get hounded for it. You know, when I say we, the maintenance guys get hounded for it. The operators on my lines are fucking morons. I thought the people I used to work with, there were some dumb motherfuckers. Now, in a previous video for Tips for Industrial Maintenance Techs, I said sometimes operators are your best fucking troubleshooting tool. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes you have fucking morons running machines that probably couldn't even make a cheeseburger properly at fucking McDonald's. It happens. All the operators on these lines are that way. They're the only ones that didn't get fired. This place used to have a fuck ton of operators, but you laid them all off. So now you're stuck with the bottom of the fucking barrel. And we have to pick up the slack for this. So we get our asses chewed. It's our fault these chips are happening. Look, I have several years of tile experience. You can't come at me with that shit. I know, being a kiln operator and a kiln mechanic, I know where cracks are fucking happening. I know if it's before the kiln and I know if it's after the kiln. I know how tiles should be. Done this shit for like the past fucking 4 or 5 years of my life. I know what the fuck we're supposed to be doing. So if it's doing something and you come at me and say, oh, this is your fault, but it was before the kilns, which is several processes before us, it doesn't really make any fucking sense. Why you're chewing our ass, go chew the press's ass. Maybe instead of chewing our ass, when we tell you, hey, there's chips, we're getting them off the platforms from the kilns, you go ask the kiln, hey, where are these coming from? And they say, I don't know, they're coming before us. So you can trace it back to the fucking problem, figure it out, and correct it. So therefore, no one's getting their asses chewed. The problem's fixed, the quality's better, downtime is gone, and things are running smoothly. Stop blaming your mechanics for your operator's fuck-ups. That's bullshit. This happens all the time where I work. Operators modifying equipment or programs. This is a fucking no-no. These people should not ever be allowed to change speeds or move sensors or any of that crap just because they want to. Stop letting them do that. Password protect your shit and lock them out of it. They have no business doing that. That is an authorized personnel only. Only maintenance should be doing that. Only maintenance that actually has programming experience or the knowledge to do so should be doing this. Not some operator who just fucking you hired 6 months ago who doesn't know the difference between, what a bevel is and what a fucking cheese grater is. They don't fucking know. Stop allowing these people to change speeds. You're just making our lives more miserable, costing yourself more downtime, more bad quality, etc., etc., etc. Knock it off. Quit fucking allowing it. The old place I worked at banned this shit. Everything was password protected, and only we had the passwords for it. So if something got fucked up, it was our fault, not their fault. Don't have this here. These motherfuckers fuck shit up. We get blamed for it. And we're never even called to the fucking line to even figure out what the fucking issue is. This is the problem. Stop allowing operators to modify programs. Specifically, if there's a way they can override programs, get rid of that shit. Get it out of the HMI. They should have no anywhere near the option to override programs. Stop allowing this shit. You should start firing motherfuckers. If they're doing that, they should be gone. They should be out. You should write their ass up. If they do it more than once, they should be out the fucking door. I get it, you're shorthanded. That's your own fault for laying people off. Stop doing that also. Stupid. We had a kid who literally erased the entire list of programs. Wiped the drive completely. He cleared the PLC's memory. Gone. Nothing left. Had to get the engineer with a flash drive. And luckily, they had an engineer with a flash drive who just had made the copy of this shit. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had these programs and we had to start from scratch, costing you a fuck ton of downtime. Stop allowing that. Faster doesn't mean better. This goes back to the operators dicking with shit. Operators want to speed shit up. Supervisors want to speed shit up. Managers always want to speed shit up. It's never better. It's never better. There has never been a time speeding a machine up actually makes the product better. Doesn't. Makes it worse. Makes it cheaper. Makes it bad quality. Bad shit gets through. More stress on the operators. More stress on maintenance. More stress on the equipment. It's not worth it. Quality over quantity. You should slow your shit down reasonably enough to where it's not wearing shit out super fast. And you're able to get shit out in a timely manner. Faster is never the solution. Now here's another one. Treat your teams better because a happy crew will go above and beyond to help, and a miserable one will not give a single shit. This happened today. So we have to work Saturday this week because the press fucked up. So we get punished. The press doesn't have to work Saturday. We do. Right? It's lovely, ain't it? So I had the plant manager come down there. This little white-collared, pencil-neck douchebag comes down there, right? And he tells all of us that we are working this weekend. Mind you, it's Wednesday. They're just now telling us this. And you have no options to take it off. You have to be here. If you are not here Saturday, you're rode up. You tell me, how the fuck do you think them operators performed today? Not a single fuck was given throughout the whole damn department. I didn't give a fuck either. I was like, fuck you guys. Screw off. You could have told us Monday. And people should be allowed to take fucking time off. They should. They normally get weekends off. So, sorry. Shit sucks. Sucks to suck. You suck it as manager. Maybe you should not make promises you can't keep. You go and promise customers, oh, well, it can make, I don't know, fucking millions of square meters of fucking tile for you by this day. And you cut the fucking time really short. And the machine breaks. Shit's going bad. You're short-staffed operators. You're having to make maintenance run lines because you don't have enough operators. And it's just a clusterfuck. No one knows what's going on. Everyone's like, fuck. No one cares. Because you just allow the stupidest shit to happen, so no one gives a fuck. And then you're like, oh, you guys are going to have to fucking work Saturdays. Do you think the plant manager and the supervisors in my department's going to be there this weekend? No, they're not. The press isn't going to be there, and it was their fault that they're behind on this order anyways, because they just let shit go and didn't tell nobody they're having fucking problems. So it just shit rolls downhill and it lands on us, right? So, yeah, we're the only department that has to work this weekend. If operator's there, maintenance has to be there. So we automatically have to be there. The entire fucking department. All shifts. Mandatory. If you aren't here, you're rode up. Can't take time off. Can't take paid time off because we done told you. That's literally what he said. Somebody said, can I take paid time off? Put in some of my PTO time that I need to cash in anyways. Can I put some of that in and not have to work Saturday? Nope. Nope. Because we done told you you have to work. So you can't take your time off. But if you've already put in, you can take time off. Does that make any fucking sense to you? So basically you have to put paid time off in just in case you have to work Saturday. Then you can take it off. Otherwise you can't take it off. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Stupid. Fucking stupid. Bad management equals bad morale. Bad morale equals bad quality. And a shit work environment. Managers who act like that should not have a job. President of this company should shit can you. Because you fucking deserve it. Bad management. Always bad management. Work with some good people. The management is shit, as the Italians would say. Shit. So treat your team better. Because I'm telling you that if he were to come in there and say, hey guys, I know it's an inconvenience, so we really need to work Saturday to try to catch up on an order, but we'll make it up to you. We'll give you we'll give a lunch. We'll give you guys an hour lunch. Or we'll buy pizza or something to help bring the morale up. You're inconveniencing them. Why is it out of the question for you to do something for the people that are having to make up for your fuck ups? You could fucking you could buy them lunch, man. It ain't costing you shit. You're rich as fuck. You're going to tell me that you're just going to fuck everyone over and not give a shit and expect them to give a shit and not do anything for them in return? No, that's not how that works. Bad day, by the way. No one gave a fuck. Bad tile was ran. I seen shit going down the line at huge chunks missing out of it. They didn't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, working Saturday anyways. They go fuck themselves. That's exactly the attitude everybody had. They can go fuck themselves. So, that's going to come to the give your techs proper tools. If you expect me to fucking unwire motors and be dicking with motors, don't give me a cheap-ass nut driver that's not insulated. Get me a fucking set of insulated fucking screwdrivers. These things right here, these fucking awesome. You can change them out. I've got a whole damn kit down there. I've got all kinds of these electrical screwdrivers. These are a little more pricey, but they're insulated to 1,000 volts. Safety. Fluke multimeter. Good quality. Don't go to fucking Harbor Freight and buy shit. Buy them good tools. Quit buying crap. Get them insulated. If they're fucking electricians and they're having to fucking work on electrical shit, get them insulated tools. Just do it. Yes, the machinery should be off and locked out and tagged out, which doesn't fucking happen ever. Because machinery has to run all the time. We can't shut it off. Bullshit, right? So, buy them the tools they need to do their fucking job. Quit buying cheap shit. But one of the biggest things I'm going to stress to management is quit treating your employees like shit. Treat them like shit. They're going to have a shit morale, shit attitude. They're going to go fuck. Literally, there was a guy today, he's like, you fucking wrap me up Saturday, I ain't coming in. Fuck you. He literally told the plant manager that. You can just wrap my ass up Saturday because I'm not going to fucking be here. And I don't give a fuck if you fire me. I don't care. I will take the hit. He literally signed the paper, took the hit. I ain't fucking coming in Saturday. He had already planned this shit out weeks in advance. He's done let the supervisors know he couldn't work this Saturday. They dragged the plant manager down there to tell everybody they have to work. It's mandatory. Do you think employees give a fuck when you treat them like that? I thought I was just a number on a fucking time clock last time. The other tile company. No. There's shit going on at this one that would have never fucking flew at that one. So, yeah. That's kind of my rant on this whole subject. Sorry it's a sore one. A little bit disgruntled, like I said. I'm pretty pissed off. I was covered in fucking tile mud today. It smelled like shit. And yeah, it was a joke. Yesterday, I had to fucking troubleshoot a saw that wouldn't start. Just locked into an e-stop. We couldn't figure out where the fuck it was stuck. Seen all the e-stops, but everything's in Italian. You know, we fucking speak English. We don't read Italian, but all of the manuals are in Italian, right? So we're troubleshooting this shit. Me and the damn engineers are like, I don't fucking know. We've been looking at this thing for hours. We have no clue where the hell this other e-stop is. And they kept saying, the terminal block. This says there's terminal block. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where is the terminal block, right? Why would a terminal block have an e-stop on it? Finally, we traced this. We jumped everything out and made it fucking turn on. And we're like, so it's not the e-stops. It's something else. We traced this shit down the line. Finally found a wire that goes off somewhere else to a supposed e-stop. We traced it down. Sure shit. There's a fucking jumper plug in the fucking line. It got full of water. And shorted the e-stop circuit. No, I actually opened it, so I thought it was an e-stop. So that happened. 8 hours worth of fucking troubleshooting to find a jumper plug that should have never been there to begin with because the saw's so damn old and ain't even funny. They don't even run it. This whole process yesterday was just to get a conveyor to turn on so tile would run through it. Yep. A jumper plug full of mud and water. Oh yeah, and the limit switches on the back of the saw for the over travel on the fucking saw heads. Limit switches aren't even rated to be in a wet location. And they were fucked. They were solid, full of mud, stuck. So, yeah. Goes back to the quit buying cheap shit. Buy the shit that needs to be there. Especially if you have water running on your lines, you know, through a tile cutter, tile saw. It's got to have water. Maybe use like, I don't know, liquid-tight conduit, and then fucking maybe open drip-proof motors. Watertight boxes, shit like that. Just pro tip: if a box is broke, water's getting in it, it's gonna short shit out. It's gonna fuck shit up, and then you have all this downtime again. Which happened yesterday. 8 hours worth of downtime. Me and the two plant fucking engineers are like, again, I've only worked there. This is my. We'll be going on my second week Friday, and it's Wednesday. And I've already had to fucking be in panels with plant engineers. It's fun shit, let me tell you. At least I met them. They're cool. Met the maintenance manager. He's cool. They already kind of want me to leave the department, which is cool because I fucking hate this department already. I like my coworkers though, so I don't know. But yeah, just kind of a little update, a little rant video. So I don't know. Sorry, I've been kind of MIA. Welcome to all you new guys that subscribe too. It's awesome, and gals. I know there's been some ladies that subscribe too. Welcome. This is kind of the shit show these days. I don't really know too much what to fucking say on YouTube these days without getting banned or something. I haven't really made any videos. It's just been a wild year so far. The videos I have put out, they're all from last year. Or some of them are from this year, but it's just like way early on in February and shit. So yeah, I'm going to try to start making some more videos. Now that I have a paycheck coming in, I'm able to go buy a new phone, a new camera. My phone broke, so I haven't been able to really film. This webcam is kind of what I'm going with currently because my GoPro sucks. So I plan on trying to make some more videos based on the industrial, mechanical, electrical, automation side of shit. So look for that. I do plan on trying to make some stuff. I have to watch what I say because I freaking have to sign a confidentiality fucking agreement. So I can't just go on and talk about what we do and what we have and how our processes work. Can't do that. Can't show you anything from inside the factory. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks. I really like to be able to bring you guys along with troubleshooting. It'd be fucking cool, I think, but it is what it is. They won't let me do it, so what can I do, right? But I think dinner's about ready, so I'm gonna go check on that. I just wanted to lay some pointers out there for any fucking factory supervisors who may happen to watch my shit, and I don't think there's very many of them who do. But if you do, please listen to a maintenance guy when I'm telling you to fucking schedule some downtime and get your shit fixed. Otherwise, you'll be the hatred of the plant and be running a shit show. But with that said, I'll talk to y'all later. I hope you guys have had a fucking great year so far. I hope you have a super great fucking August. Is it August already? Is that what month it is? I think it is. Hope you guys have a great August. And I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.